Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
Did we start already, or?
Huh?
Did we start already?
If you want to.
Yeah, we did a sound check and
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if we started.
I mean, when did anything start?
That was so weirdly deep. Look at you pulling hair off the mic. Hell yeah, bro.
Hair off the mic, boogers off my socks.
Yum. How you sleeping?
Not good.
Okay. Elaborate.
My
But-
body just still refuses to sleep.
Okay. Have you been working out?
Yes.
You have been walking still, right? I mean, that's
Mhm.
kind of
Put in 4 miles yesterday.
Chris.
Then I ate pizza today.
Do you,
I finally got under 180 for the first time in weeks yesterday.
Claps for Chris. Good job, babe. That's awesome. Are you trying to do some sort of like resistance training? Because that might help you expend more energy.
I have a resistance to training.
Nice.
I was going to say I have a resistance to sleeping.
Round is a shape. I'm getting in shape.
Let me Google it.
Yeah, I don't know if that is a shape. I think it's more of a concept.
What?
So I noticed, are wearing wool socks for pants today.
Yeah.
Those are I'll shovel your driveway for $10 type of pants.
Yeah, but I have to be itching while I say it. Yeah. Yeah, these are I bought these like, I don't know, last year or something, and washed them once and they immediately became capris. So now I just rock them with like goofy socks so that people aren't like, hey, when's the flood? They're like, oh, your socks are silly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you don't know what I mean.
I was just thinking about how your hair says Proud Boy, but your face says boy.
Oh, Chris, that's not what?
What does that mean?
I don't know. He's trying to be funny and it was just mean. That's rude. I don't like that you said that.
Down where?
Probably Georgia.
With the thickness, dude. Have you
Soft,
seen
dude.
these thighs?
So those are your least weird socks that you've ever worn.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But something weird about them, there is a left and a right sock.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I make that joke all the time.
Like there's a designation on the sock, like which one is left and which one is right. I'm serious.
Because of the logo?
Yeah. The swoosh is on this side and it's not on the inside. It
That's-
literally says R and L on the sock.
I was hoping those socks would just keep going.
It just
Dude, did you see...
they're pantyhose, actually.
Do you follow Rosie's,
O'Donnell's?
the rollerblading company?
No.
Okay. Look at those gorgeous fucking boots. I saw them on Instagram and I was like, God damn. Even though I can't do like tricky tricks anymore, I still want those fucking things.
Okay, so
They look
where
lovely.
the fuck did this come from?
Somebody said something about R-O, and then I was like, Rosie's. I have no idea. It just popped into my
They
head.
are cool. I like the pastel look on them.
Yeah.
Like it's like not a solid or not a. It's like not a, like a deep purple.
Yeah.
It's not like a smoke on the water purple.
It's like a creamy purple.
Is that by Deep Purple?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't like making a dumb reference like I did last week.
Smoke on the water?
Yeah, it's by Deep Purple.
Bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
Nailed it.
bam, bam.
You're every eighth grader that got Guitar Hero and then was like, I'm gonna be a guitarist, which was me. Those are
hell yeah.
something else.
Dude, my favorite
What, dude?
my favorite roller shoes that I've ever seen. So like this was in the 90s. Somebody had made a shoe where it had these plastic like you know how ski boots click into skis?
Yeah.
So it had like these plastic parts on the tip and on the heel, and you could put a rollerblade, like an inline frame, and just click it on there. And the commercial was somebody was about to go on stage to perform a Battle of the Bands, and they went, I'm gonna throw up, and they slapped on those those inline frames just so they could skate into the bathroom and throw up, and that was the advertisement. Are you tired of having to throw up in front of everyone?
That's
Get the fuck out of there, lickety
how
split.
do you who was their that's why they don't exist anymore, because their
Exactly.
marketing
This is
team was like,
terrible.
well, clearly our market is thin. Let's go hard right at them.
So you're saying I can't buy these now?
Front men who throw up before their shows. That's who we're marketing towards. That's tough.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Dude, I've been seeing some. It looks like old style roller skates are making a comeback,
Yep.
which is cool.
I have a pair.
But I mean, my aunt was in the roller derby, and
The roller derby?
the roller derby. Like
Wow.
the Minnesota Roller Girls, like
Oh.
not pro, but like the highest tier association roller derby, travel around the country. She was like the best player ever from there.
That's awesome.
She was so fucking good. She's like in the Hall of Fame and all kinds of stuff. She was insanely good. But anyway, so they use like old school roller skates.
Yeah.
And that was, to me, I mean, I was a hockey player. So like when we showed up the first time, I'm like, dude, these chicks are going to be beating the shit out of each other with hockey skates on. It's going to be sick. And then it was not that.
Ah.
But it was funny because when they first started, they were all horrible skaters, except for like 4 of them. And my aunt was one of the 4. And so she was the jammer.
Mm.
She's like the person who scores all the points.
Yep.
She was just lapping everybody like the whole time.
Ay, ay, ay.
Roller derby is
that Sandra Bullock? That is
That was-
fucking wild.
It is honestly like shocking when they.
Oh, do they have inlines on?
Yeah, this is roller jam. This is actually a fake sport.
Yeah, well, and it's also on a like a what do they call it, a velodrome or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's not wrestling. That was a bulldog headbutt.
I mean, does that rink have any give?
Yeah, it actually. Well, I don't
'Cause
know
that
if
looks
this is
painful as fuck.
I don't know if they changed that, but I remember it sounding like a ring.
Oh, okay.
So it might have a mat on it.
I'd hope
it's
so.
like probably like hollow or something. Doesn't seem too lovely.
No. This was fake?
Yeah, this came on after a 1 hour pro wrestling show.
And they would
This
just.
was the coolest part though about roller derby. Was when they would legit. And this
I
is
don't know. That lady looks like she's really hitting her with her helmet.
this is obviously relatively staged. I mean, to some degree.
What do you call a bulldog other than staged as hell?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll give you that. Staged. What I'm saying is, I actually watched people beat the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah,
which was so awesome.
I just think it's
It was like,
funny
this is
that
the
there's
only
a fake one.
It's the only sport that exists that they actually fight until they're just done fighting, as opposed to having a referee step in and be like, okay, one of you might kill the other one, so let's maybe stop.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
And there was like real emotions. They actually were mad and hated each other. I mean, it was beautiful.
They all go out for Bavarian pretzels together afterwards.
No. Like some of the gals legit hated each other. Like I
Oh.
watched my aunt vault herself over out of the penalty box and just start wailing on this chick that she hated. It was I've never been more proud of a family member in my life.
Oh, I would be losing my mind.
Our whole
That's
family
fucking
was
awesome.
like our whole family was losing it.
Oh my god! You know what I just realized?
I watched about 2 hours of, like the other night I watched about 2 hours of The Rock, John Cena, who else? Basically just like the best moves of their career.
Oh, okay. Did you and I watch that? Like the 11 times that wrestlers saved other wrestlers? That was fucking nuts. Like
Actually saved their lives?
Yeah.
Or
like-
from like a serious injury.
yeah, from serious injury.
Oh.
It's pretty wild.
Oh.
Like the
There's like
wherewithal.
8 legitimate ones.
Yeah, because one of them you were like, he was going to catch him like that anyways.
Yeah, they were gonna run that spot. It's just he slipped.
Yeah. So it wasn't as graceful as it could have been, but yeah, there were some where like they could have got super fucked up.
Man.
Like the big show. Like
Yeah.
he was about to get suplexed onto a metal chair, and the Undertaker's pretending to be knocked out. Like opens one eye, uses his huge foot, grabs the chair, and slides it out of the ring just before he does the move.
Oh shit.
It was so nuts. Because Kurt Cobain, what's that guy's name?
Kurt Angle.
There you go. So Kurt Angle is about to throw the dude, and so neither of them noticed that chair was there.
Right.
Undertaker was like,
Wait. You're telling me that a guy was about to throw the Big Show?
Yeah, it was a big moment.
Yikes.
It was a big moment.
That's horrible.
He's doing the Angle Slam.
Who was the guy that wore like the black leotard but like had full blown thong?
I thought you didn't like that word.
What? Thong?
Yeah, well, I thought you didn't like the word
Full blown?
black.
What?
We thought you didn't like blacks.
Chris, you can't put an S on the end of it, dude. Dude. That's so bad. But what was his name? He's like a huge heavyset guy, had a giant butt, but like he used to do some of the
Are you talking about the guy where he would like people would throw
they used to do
another opponent into his butt?
Yeah, and he would do the
Rikishi.
shit. What was his name?
Rikishi.
Rikishi. Yeah.
Rikishi,
I knew it started with an R, but the clip of him of Rock throwing Vince McMahon into Rikishi's butt cheeks. The commentary on that is some of the funniest. They're like, "That's the biggest ass in WWE." It's so funny, dude. Oh man, and like obviously it's all scripted, you know. So like they have to have this like mock anticipation,
Yeah.
but it's like you can see through it so easily, and that's part of what makes it so beautiful because they're like, oh no, that's the CEO of the WWE. What's he gonna do now? Oh no! And like, I mean, he's just like full blown like jamming a dude's head into his ass.
That had to be the least desired gimmick. Like when that dude brought it up, they had to be like, how often are we doing this?
He's like, well, I'm not that
Every match? Fuck.
It's my signature move. God, you better get enemas weekly.
Sometimes it looked very oatmeal.
Yeah. That guy was something else.
Yeah, what would cottage cheese? That's what it was.
Yeah.
What? That's what they called it?
That's what Howard Stern always said.
About his butt?
About dimply butts.
Oh, yeah. I've always heard it called shark bite. That's my favorite.
It's pretty
What
good.
it looks like. Yeah, look at his
Good
cottage cheese
God.
butt cheeks.
You know what's funny? That is like a desired look. Like besides the dimples, that's in right now. He should make a comeback.
Yeah, that guy's got a dumper on him.
God. Can you imagine if you
Can you play the
If you
Vince
got
McMahon
that-
clip? Because
if you-
that's so funny.
got hit with that when he was like exhausted, and so he like put a little extra pressure on it
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
just a little winded.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, man.
You said it was Vince?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, here we go.
he seems like he's a real creepy dude. Actually,
He's not a good man.
yeah.
There's a whole John Oliver segment about him, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that.
Just about how, like, the contracts and everything and, like,
oh yeah,
the
yeah.
number of people who die and, like, he's written all these clauses into the contracts that, like, it's due to WWE that they're dying and they hold no liability. So once somebody reaches like a certain stage in their career that they're no longer financially viable, they just let them go. And then these people are, I mean, they're unable to provide for themselves and then their bodies are no longer functional. So like, even if they wanted to work, you know, Like they're not making great money to begin with, but even if they wanted to work, what are they going to do? Their bodies are destroyed.
Right.
It's not like they're. I mean, it's scripted, but they're not throwing their weight around every night for.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
So-
wire teams are too much money.
What?
The wire team.
Like The Wire, the HBO series?
Like they wire up all that stunt doubles.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Wow, you're a fan of films.
Not the good ones. So, should I go or?
Yeah, I think.
All right. Well.
Oh, there was like a thing that happened today.
Oh, a thing happened?
What's that?
Yeah, it's like there's like a new. It's like a guy.
New chairman of the board?
Oh no, never. It was just Dre. I forgot about him again.
Oh,
Oh.
very good.
Oh. That was good.
No,
Speaking of which,
it's
did
the-
you hear about Dre?
Yeah. Had an aneurysm.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't
He's,
that nuts?
he's good now, though.
Which
He's-
is crazy. I didn't know you could
Yeah.
survive an aneurysm.
Yeah, people do.
they
It's
just pick it out.
Wow.
It has to do, I think, a lot with how, which this seems like common sense, but like I knew a guy whose mom died from an aneurysm.
Mm-hmm.
She was healthy, but there was nobody around.
So
like,
how quickly they get to it?
yeah, because it's all. I mean, I don't want to say all it is because then I'm going to sound like a dick. But all it is hemorrhaging. You know, so it's like, can you stop the bleeding fast enough? Is essentially what it is. And it's hemorrhaging in the brain. That's what an aneurysm is.
Interesting.
Because like your pectoral muscle can hemorrhage inside your body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's actually a thing, but yeah. No doubt.
I just remember on Archer, somebody asking him what his greatest fear is, and like before they stop, he goes, "Aneurysm. It's the silent killer."
That's a pretty great show.
Yeah.
I think it's like criminally underrated too.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people that talk about how great it is, but
It got weird when they started doing like the period pieces.
oh yeah. See, I haven't seen a lot of it. I've seen probably 2 seasons, maybe 3.
Mm.
But they're one of the funniest things I've seen in animated TV was in that show when what's his name? That's like actually a clone of Hitler.
Oh,
They're like I forget what his name is.
yeah, I know what you're talking
Everyone's
about.
arguing about something, and then he like speaks up and says something, and then the secretary's like, "Okay, sit down, Clone Wars." And it was like just the timing and like I don't know, it was like they wrote that joke for me, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a Star Wars fan. That was really good. New show alert.
What's that?
Lady and gent. New show alert.
Is it Wonder Bread?
No.
Hmm.
Is it? Are you talking about WandaVision?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that is a new show. I've heard it's freaking great. I heard the first episode so good.
Well, it's because
Second because it's a build, and second episode
Right.
so good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them though.
Well, it's like I think because we had kind of talked about like what the premise could be, and it seems like it is part of that. But then it also seems like there's a independent group affecting
Okay.
things as well. So there's like it's like,
So maybe she's being like held captive by somebody, and this is,
but
or maybe not. I don't know.
yeah. So
This
it's
is-
like that's the fun part is like people who know this, like the story of when she
the lore,
like, you know, made everybody believe that they were living their
Right.
best lives.
right?
They kind of thought that it was going to go in that direction. That
Okay.
seemed to make the most sense.
Okay,
And that's why the scenes were changing and shit like that.
but it might not be that, is what you're saying.
Right. So
That's interesting.
they
That's
or-
kind of cool.
it's definitely not in the way that it was alluded to. like,
Okay,
in,
throw the bait out there, watch them eat it up, and then you're like, oh, now that we got you.
and it's super funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely check it out then.
And people were like, how come she doesn't have an accent anymore? Well, it's because she was a fucking cookie cutter housewife, and that's what she thinks they're supposed to sound like. You fucking dweebs.
Nice. Doesn't she kind of lose her accent over the course of the?
It gets less thick.
Yeah. Because in like Endgame and well, not in Endgame, but in Infinity War, when she barely has one.
Right. You think about from when Ultron happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's a decently long period of time.
But you would think that
she's
she
been
would
surrounded.
keep watching. Oh, I meant like I feel like it was an error on her part, but
I don't know. I think that they're kind of like
intentional.
Yeah. I mean, she's become sort of, an American.
Yeah.
Over the course of the show, or the movies. The new show I'm talking about is a Lord of the Rings prequel coming out on Amazon, and Papa is happy. Can't
They start
wait.
filming for that?
Oh yeah, it's coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I saw that they fucking just started filming for Love and Thunder, the Thor movie.
which gonna be skid.
It's gonna be, yeah, it is, but it's like, that's too goddamn long. We've known about this movie for 2 fucking years.
It's kind of one of those, like, what are you gonna do about it though?
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
guess.
I mean, how much can you do? So there's like the lore itself of Lord of the Rings runs very deep. It's like Marvel. There's a lot more than just the 3 movies,
Because what did they say? It's set like thousands of years before.
Well, this one is about the fall of Numenor, which is well before the Third Age, which is when the Lord of the Rings trilogy happens, and The Hobbit. So this is like way, way back, which I'm excited for because it's like all of the like terrible shit that happened with Sauron and all that, and what that's still, I think, is in the past, or is in the future of what this. So this is pre all of that. I believe it's pre all of that stuff.
Like, how old is Gandalf?
Gandalf is one of the like original. There's only 4 wizards, and they were created by like the original beings. So he's like the age of the earth, essentially.
Wowza.
Which this is all in the Silmarillion, which was started by J.R.R. Tolkien and then finished by his son. So his son curated it. He didn't actually finish it. He curated it. So his dad had written all this stuff about the origins of the Lord of the Rings, and all the lore and whatnot. And then after he passed, his son was like in his dad's study and found all this stuff and was like, holy shit, this is amazing. So he put it all together in a book.
It's like, holy shit, I'm going to make so much money.
But I mean, at this, I mean, how much money could he possibly want?
Right.
All of it? Because he's gonna get it. No, but the Silmarillion is crazy because it's essentially like the book of Genesis for Lord of the Rings. Like, it starts with there were these beings and they created the earth and there's 7 of them.
So wait, are they going to show the origin of Wizards?
No.
Damn
this is post that.
I was hoping to see
by a while. It's a really interesting book. It is heavy though. I mean, it's like reading the Bible.
the Bible.
It is thick. I mean, the hard part is like you're reading the origins without getting any of the interpretation sort of feel, Like it's simply the origin of this universe and it's all made up stuff. So you're just left reading this 300-page book that's basically like using words that aren't real words for most of it, And you have to be like, yep, totally agree. This is,
I saw
it all makes sense now.
I saw a meme that it showed J.K. Rowling, George R.R. Martin,
Yes.
And
Also, I figured out what the RR stands for in Martin and in Tolkien.
is it not railroad?
Damn, you're good. I love you. Give me a foot five. I just started calling him George Railroad Martin because, like, how funny would that be, right? I mean, if his
Yeah.
name was Railroad. Go ahead.
Wait, so you did find out or you didn't find out?
No, I didn't. I was going to say Railroad.
That's hilarious. You made that joke last week.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Prove it.
That's why I said
Oh,
that's why I said railroad, because you'd already said it.
one
So
of those
let me
again.
give it back to you.
Okay, thanks. So anyway, so you were saying if J.K. Rowling, George
So
R. R. Martin,
they show all and J.K. or what the
Tolkien.
Tolkien. They show the three of them, and there's like text underneath J.K. and George that says, "Imagined a character, created a series. Imagined a character, created a series." And then for Tolkien, it's wrote an entire language and then had to write a book about it.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Like he didn't know what to do with this language that he had made up, so he wrote books.
Yep.
It's just fucking insane.
Yeah, the guy was.
So is it Elven? What's the language? Because I don't recall it being used all that much in the
Well,
movies.
that's the thing. So it's like the origin language, because like he creates this. Because there's several languages. There's like the language of Mordor, which is a different language than Elvish. And Elvish is different than, like, some of the dwarves have ancient languages that they use. And like he creates literal bloodlines like that of characters that you never see. He creates, I mean, it's like
It's like the Bible.
yeah, I mean, it's like the depth is like on the surface. It's like, oh, this is like Star Wars kind of with the depth, and then you're like, no, yeah, no. These are chasms.
Yeah.
And Star Wars is like puddles.
I mean,
Love Star Wars, but
the things that you have to know about language, like in not in just like I made this symbol and it means this. You have to know like the like does it have kind of like the Hispanic language, how there's like a female and non-female,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that whole fucking
Yeah.
thing, like because I remember watching that movie. What the fuck is it called? Signs.
the Hispanic language.
No,
is,
not
is
Signs.
Spanish, by the way.
Signs is the Mel
Mel
Brooks
Gibson.
one. Oh,
No.
what's
Use the Schwartz.
what's the one where aliens come in these like cubes, and these translators go up like day after day to try and translate what these alien
I have no idea.
symbols
No idea.
or not contact.
I haven't seen a lot of Alien. I've seen War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
You know,
Which-
When did it
Scary.
come out? Is that old?
probably the last 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Section 8 or whatever?
No.
Arrival?
Bitch. Oh yeah. There we go.
Ooh,
Yes.
That's got to be what it is. Isn't that Chris Pratt and
It's not Chris Pratt. But it is. It's Hawkeye.
oh yeah, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Yas.
And for a Sleepy Eye.
Dude, that guy kicks smuch booty.
Yeah, he's
Love
awesome.
him.
I love it.
He's fantastic in that movie. It's a Denzel movie, I think. But it's The Great Debaters. Is Denzel in that? Look up The Great Debaters. Great movie.
Next, if you could look up Master Debaters.
That's the sequel. Why would you watch that first?
Sorry. But that movie, that Arrival,
Is it Denzel?
is that Cuba Gooding Jr.?
It is Denzel. This is a heavy movie. It's basically about like these kids at I forgot what the college is. It's like a famous black college though. Black's college, sorry. that all right, I need to clear this up. I'm sorry I said that.
What happened?
Nothing. So they they're not allowed to debate white schools, but they're like the best debaters.
Ah.
But the white schools are like, no, you're below us, and they're like, we're better than you. And the white schools are like, well, you're kind of 3/5 a person, and they're like, well, this 3/5 ass brain is gonna kick your ass. And they're like, well, that's really heavy. Oh no.
Oh,
That was
God.
the other one you wanted.
Look at his gray teeth.
Yeah, what's going on there, man?
That's hard to look at. I mean, you know what? To each their own, but I just
Have you ever heard like competitive debates?
actually listen to them. Yeah.
They're insane.
Yeah. People,
Yeah.
I mean, and that movie focuses a lot on the actual nitty gritty of debating too. So like you get that, the whole, like, what do they call it? Pro forma or whatever, where you have to like actually build your argument, but you have to like hit certain points. Otherwise you lose points on your argument. I mean, it's like, it's not just going up there and being like, people suck.
Yeah, I got to interview Lawrence Krauss. It's
What?
pretty rad. Yeah. You know who that is?
Yeah, I know who fucking Lawrence Krauss is.
Yeah, I got to interview him. We did a Skype interview.
Fuck off. When?
This was.
You're being a piece of shit.
No,
if
no,
you're
no.
lying
No,
about
this is true.
It's called. The article's called "Does God Need Does Rollerblading Need God?" And which the title on its own is like not that intense, but the guy who edited the article put a picture of ripped Jesus busting off of the cross. And so it's like, okay, well, you're gonna make some people mad, and it made some
This
people
is not
mad.
real.
Yeah, dude.
You interviewed Lawrence Krauss?
Yeah,
How have I never heard this before?
it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's like one of my, like, I would call him one of my academic heroes.
Yeah,
The guy's brilliant.
he is brilliant. He's a smidge on the creepy side.
Well, that doesn't
But,
shock me at all. Look at him. He looks like the guy that plays the teacher in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
But I have heard
Bueller.
that he's incredibly
Ben Stein?
Yeah, Ben Stein.
he's incredibly cool.
Man,
Like
I had no idea.
when he would go on these debate tours, he would let like students hang out with him, and he smoked weed with a friend of mine, and it's like
Oh,
my buddy
man.
was like, he's just the coolest fucking dude ever.
Dude, how did this happen?
I found his email, and
Okay, so this is back in the day when people still opened all their emails.
yeah, and I forget what I titled,
Oh no!
but I said, what's it say? I can't read.
Allegations of sexual misconduct.
Yeah,
That's not good.
I mean, makes complete sense.
I thought that's what you were referring to.
I just got the vibes real early on.
Oh, you did.
How often he would bring up sex, and the way that he would say it was like, why are you saying it that way?
Well,
Nobody like
separate the man from his ideas. Come on, Alex, make the separation.
he's made some incredible. But I mean, Einstein was even a crap dude.
I mean, all those guys were.
Yeah.
Ben Franklin didn't shower. Instead, he laid naked on a table. Have you seen this, by the way? This is insane. Look up Ben Franklin, like, wind chamber or something. It's insane. He built this, like, dome on his house or something, and maybe not a dome, but it was like a circular room. And he opened all the windows at a certain angle to create like a channeling of air so that he would look up like wind. Chamber just sounds wind tunnel, maybe shower. I don't know. That he literally would lay on this table naked and the wind would circularly
Vent through.
and it would like get rid of the odors off his body.
That's
Pretty sure he had
ridiculous.
syphilis too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you can look. I mean, if you dig harder than then you're digging.
You said he had syphilis, so maybe he
I
went
don't know
crazy
if he actually had syphilis.
and was just imagining.
He might have had syphilis, but like everyone had syphilis back then.
Yeah.
Fucking Capone died of syphilis. Have you seen that Al Capone drunk history thing where Will Sasso plays Al Capone and he's fishing in a pool outside of the back of his house?
When they're playing cards.
Yeah, so funny.
What's he doing over there? Fishing.
Yeah, there we go. Air baths. In a nutshell.
The whole bushel. That's very funny.
All I wanted to do was pull that up. I don't want to read.
That's fantastic. Knowledge nuts.
I love it.
Show us your knowledge nuts.
Well,
If that's not a slogan of
if
theirs.
you're asking to see my brain, give me a second.
What the fuck were we talking about before? Oh, Lawrence Krauss. So I got random interviews because it was a rollerblading magazine.
Yeah,
and they were
yeah.
just so like, a what?
You were just so meta.
People do that? Sure, fine. That's how I got to interview David Koechner. His PR was like, we've never been hit up by a rollerblading magazine. Fuck it.
I didn't know you worked for a rollerblading magazine. I mean, I did, but I didn't
gonna
know.
say.
I didn't know you like I didn't
Did
know you were-
real journalism?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a jerk, but I thought it was more like, yeah, Chris, you can come.
I'm
And
fucking good at interviewing people.
I know you are. That's why we have a podcast,
So,
because every week is basically
well, like when I would do like these interviews, I did my research. I would watch interviews, and you could tell by like the body language as to I've been asked this a million times. That's a stupid question.
yeah.
So like those types of vibes, I would be like, how could I? Sometimes I would set it up so that they would think I'm going to ask the same question that they've gotten
Yeah.
time and time
Just to
again.
get the surprise out of them. So then they're like genuinely interested in answering your question.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That was what I tried to do with Beth Stelling when she came on our podcast. Listen to the episode. It's great. She's the coolest. But I don't know. I was so starstruck that I didn't really know what to say.
It helped that we couldn't see her.
Yeah, but still. You could. I didn't want to, like, because you don't want to make the impression. Because when somebody can only hear you, I'm used to this with cold calling, you know? When somebody can only hear you, it's really easy to make yourself seem like an idiot. And then they just picture an oaf on the other end of the phone, you know?
Interesting.
Which, not good.
But yeah, I like to do and
That's awesome, dude.
like there was this really tall dude, and
Is it Yao Ming?
no, I can't remember his
Is it
name.
Manute Bol?
He was.
Was it Bol?
Have you heard of You Me at 6?
No. I've heard of 310 to Yuma.
How about Young Guns?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The movie?
No. This is a band.
Oh, well.
Those are both bands. Anyways, tall guy, and I was like, "So you're pretty tall. I'm sure you get asked this a lot. When you were in high school, did you? Fuck, how did I said something jockey, like something like. So you probably were in high school, probably a jockey. And because he's like tall people, they're used to like you
Right.
play basketball.
Yeah. What's the weather like up there?
And he lolled. He was like, I thought for sure you're going to ask me if I play basketball. Because he's British.
Okay. It'd be really weird if he was like from Kentucky and that's how he sounded.
I did ask a really stupid question, though,
Oh.
which for some reason, like a lot of people from other countries, most of them have jokes about America. And I asked him, I was like, what's your favorite joke about Americans? He was like, I don't know any. I was like, oh. And he goes, do you have a favorite joke about people from the UK? And I go, no. He goes, let's get back to the previous question. he brought it back on track. And I was
Oh,
like,
man.
I'm a dumb guy.
Yeah. Jeez. That was so British, too. It's British of him to be like, Are you really this dumb? Do you want a lollipop?
Yeah.
Can I get you something to help you focus? Because you're being dumb. That's tough.
Yeah. Oof. That's not the worst though.
Yeah. I mean, I've said and asked some mortifying questions of people that, like, because you don't know, you want the conversation to continue because you're like, this is fun so far. And then you just take that leap of faith and you just kind of break out of the shell a little bit to ask the question, and the question is not a good one. And then you're like, oh no. No. Like, I went on a date with a girl one time, and we were talking about all kinds of stuff. And then we started talking a little bit about like depression and anxiety, whatever. And then instead of just being like saying like, yeah, actually I take medications and whatever, blah, 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 and just letting her be like, oh, me too. I was like, so you're on meds, right? And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm on meds. I'm going to go home. Just like immediate, like, I was like, you're insane enough, right? They would give you something to calm that down. And she like was like, well, this isn't going to work. Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Tough. I mean, and then we had to do the like, okay, you really this dumb. And I had to get back on track. But yeah, that happened.
One time at
Just
Walmart.
Go ahead.
I thought you were.
Well, I was gonna.
So one time at Walmart when I was working in the cell phone thing, those shit computers, they were like these touch kiosks. They sucked. You only had like 2 options. And people thought they were like computers. And it was like, no. And
It's like a Palm Pilot.
so this guy comes in and he's like, hey, looking to get a phone. And I want to get this and I want to do this to my plan. And I'm like, okay. And I noticed that it says, I forget what the cell phone people were in the mall at St. Cloud, but he was one of those guys. And I was like, oh, you work in the mall? And he was like, yeah, I work in the mall. I sell phones. I was like, oh, what are you doing here? He was like, you guys have it for way cheaper than we do. So I'm getting it here, but I know because I have this plan, and it's not working. And he's like, I know you can do it. This is what I do for a living. And I was like, oh God, what do I do? And so I go, sorry. And I pretended to have a stutter. And he goes, Jesus Christ. And I was like, oh man, what if I really had a stutter? This is the type of human being you are? You're awful. And so I handed it off to somebody else. And
you were like, Tanya, can you come over here? I'm losing my mind.
It was crazy.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Well, that guy sucks.
That's the kind of story that still makes me sweat.
That guy sucks. Or blows. I don't know. Either way.
Jesus Christ.
What's
That's
that?
your response to
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
stuttering?
Yeah.
My God.
That's cool, dude. That's cool. What a nice... you know what? I bet he gives really cool gifts to his niece and nephew.
Oh, that's funny.
I bet he's like, hey, guys, I got you a retroactive phone plan that we can... They were giving out these cards. You can pay $50 last month.
I bet he hits on the food cart girls on golf courses. That's the kind of guy he is.
That's a lot of people, dude.
Even though he's 42.
That's a lot of people. It's kind of like, so you can tell a lot about a person by the way they treat the drink cart person, whether it's a man or a woman, because of like the composure and also the charisma. It's like there's 2 pieces, and those 2 attributes tell you everything you need to know about somebody.
Yeah.
But like, there are people that I've golfed with before that like try to be all flirty and whatever. And it's like, no, don't do that. Like they're not you're getting a rum and coke. This isn't, they're like a bartender. This is their least favorite thing about their job. Now you have to tip them a lot, because you said, it's a hot day. I could use some of that ice or, some weird thing, but you said it in a voice that was like,
Sure is a hot day. I sure could use a cold glass of puss.
yeah. Like, or, something like, I'm sweating in places you don't even want to know about, and then the girl's like, please never again. But a guy I golfed with not too long ago, it's like the most suave person I know, and then usually it pisses you off because you're like, oh, you can get on anything. You're a dick, but it was like the way, and it wasn't like the cart gal was exceedingly attractive, and it wasn't like, you could tell his intention wasn't like, I'm going to woo the shit out of this girl.
Oh,
it was just like, I'm going to make conversation. And she damn near doubled over out of the cart. He was so he walked up and handed her the cash first, which is like, dude, that's like walking into a room and your dick's already been there for 15 minutes. I mean, they're just, whoo. So he hands this, just hands it 20, right? Just drinks it $4.
Let's rewind for a second.
Yeah.
Your dick's been there for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about how big your dick is. And then you walk in.
Ah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. But
I like to imagine that somebody has been like Liam Neeson style looking for their dick.
I'm not going to try an Irish accent. I'm not going to try it.
Even his isn't that Irish.
Well, his
it's like
an
amalgamation of
his is specialty Irish.
Yeah.
Because they all have accents inside their countries. It's like
It's true.
the northerners and the southerners. Have you seen the video of the girl who does the every musical, or all the northerners from every UK musical or something? Very funny.
Okay. Please continue.
Yeah. So this, so he hands her the 20. It's hot as shit out. It's 96 degrees and it's 11 a.m. It's so hot, super humid. He hands the 20. Says, I'll do a Surly Furious, and then he'll also do a Surly Furious, and we'll get a lemonade. And she grabs the Surly Furiouses, cracks them, and hands them over, and then she grabs the lemonade, and she takes the top off, and she goes to hand it to him, and he's like, that's for you. It's way too hot. And then he just turned around and walked away.
Wow.
And I was like, bro, I want to do that, So then I'm like, can I get 2 vodka lemonades and another lemonade? She's like, what? And then, that one's for you. I already have, no, just take your change. Good, I need it. I don't have money. Yeah. But
my only golf cart lady experience is I don't golf. So anytime that my brothers would take me, it was just, here, you come drink the whole time, and we'll just drive you around.
I don't drink on the course anymore. I hate it. Keep going.
It was the only thing that I did on those courses.
Yeah.
I drank extra heavy when I was on those golf because it takes so long.
Yeah, it's 4 hours.
Well, anyways, so golf cart lady comes, and I think she was waiting because one of my brothers was about to hit the ball. And I just walked over and I was like, you get hit on by people a lot when you're on here? And she's like, all the time. Are you golfing? I was like, no, I just drink with my brothers. Okay. Yeah. Creepy dudes, all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, that sucks. And we just sat there kind of bro-ish for
yeah, dude.
a minute. And I think I maybe made a joke, and then she was like, all right, do you need anything? It's like, no, I'm good. And she's like, all right, don't have too much fun. I was like, I'm not 50.
See,
so
it's weird because it opens up this weird door in a societal door almost as the golf cart bartender as opposed to a regular bartender. Because there's a seclusion in the golf course, She's only seeing the 4 of you at once, or the 2 of you at once, or you just by yourself. And so people just are more bold because
Yeah.
like at a bar, there's the social consequences of being the guy at the bar that gets kicked out of the bar for being a dink, you know? But like your 4 buddies, I mean, it's kind of one of those like, this is going to sound really, really bad. It's not this bad, but it's like our word against you, you know? And that's like it's kind of this weird thing where like everyone feels more comfortable. And I hate that shit because it ruins the, like their job is to make our day better. And you're actively making their day worse.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You know? And I mean, I don't know. I said I don't really drink on the course anymore. I will occasionally, but there's something about when you get to the level where your motor skills are no longer completely intact, and then you play so bad, and like I'm so hyper competitive that if I play bad at all, I just like hate myself. So it's not even that I don't like drinking on the course, it's that I don't like playing bad, so I refuse to let myself play bad. It's kind of a weird, people are like, have another one, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm 4 over right now, I need to fucking pick it up. I'm like, okay dude, chill. Anyway, so
It's the president today.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
There is a new one of those.
Yeah. Kamala Harris is the first.
I gotta say, Doug seems like
Stanhope?
yeah, Doug Stanhope.
Doug who?
Doug isn't Kamala Harris's husband named Doug? Doug something. I just love how supportive he's been of her, you know, and like he's not showing like she's an intimidating woman.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
know,
say
she is very intimidating. I mean, not only is she one of the most powerful people in the world, but like there's the masculinity complex that a lot of men have to be like,
yeah, they both wear suits nearly every day.
yeah, like I'm the fucking breadwinner and I stand when we're fucking, you know, like you know what I mean, like all these weird.
I like that. That notion is the notion that she pushes back on that and is like, no, I stand with me.
yeah. But he's just so supportive and like it doesn't seem to intimidate
His
him.
last name is Emhoff.
Yeah. Can you imagine if his name was Jack?
If there's a single Jack
Jack
in that lineage,
Jack-a-moff.
even Dougamoff
Jack-a-moff.
sounds fucking hilarious.
Tim the Tap Man, today somebody asked him what his last name was and he said Thetaman. And they were like, what? Is it really? He's like, no, you idiots. That's the Tat Man said differently.
Thetaman.
Yeah. Tim Thetaman.
Somebody saw it though and was like, oh my God, another one?
Yeah.
And then
I'm actually a beta man.
a beta
also,
man
dude,
than me. Go!
If I hear somebody use the word beta, immediately I'm like, oh, you were on the swim team. You're a douche. Why were they the cockiest guys?
They had to be.
Because it's such an emasculating sport.
Yes. Yeah.
They're like, we wear women's underwear when we compete.
You know what's funny? Is it like that wasn't that wasn't the way it was
Right.
for so long.
Right.
And then one decade, everything changed.
Yeah.
And people were like, bro, you wear my grandma's underwear? What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Like they were seen as totally normal. They were like, yeah, that's what everyone swims in. Of course that's what they're wearing.
Right. Yeah,
And now it's like,
and like the shaving thing, that was always the funniest.
oh yeah.
Because and I get like if Michael Phelps or Ryan Lochte shaves their body, you know, because every millisecond counts.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, you're on the 8th grade B squad swim team. Stop shaving. You barely have any leg hair as it is, And now everyone's doing their makeup in the fucking sheen of your calves.
When I saw people shave their eyebrows,
Dude, get off my lawn. You know what I mean? Just fuck off.
it does make them look very Vietnamese. But
Get off my lawn.
speaking of Ron, I believe Ron was the name of the guy that got us out of this situation and back into the inauguration. So, did you watch the whole thing?
No, I was watching 2 things at once, so I didn't really catch it.
What else were you watching?
Some just random streamer.
What was he streaming?
What was he streaming?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
What?
Porn?
Were you,
What did you want me to say?
were you masturbating?
No.
Were you like He-Man
They can-
masturbating
is
of
this-
the universe?
This is gonna sound really like super weird, but you know, like when a gal masturbates, right? There's often they call it like flicking the bean, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? We could call it masturbating because they're mashing their bean,
Wow.
and then guys masturbate because we're in charge. I don't know where I was going with that.
Should
But
call it joysticking.
no.
That works for me.
Checks out.
Yeah, it's good. Did you see any of the Trump pardons?
I only saw Lil Wayne.
Oh, you did? And then like Kodak Black was on there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't Kodak like a bad guy?
I think it was like weapons charges.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say yeah, because Lil Wayne was weapons
Yeah,
and
Kodak.
drug charges.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne doesn't give a fuck.
But he's in like the same graduating class of like those Iraq murderers from Blackwater
Whoa,
on that same pardon list.
Jesus,
That's gotta be
Christ.
And then yeah, it wasn't good. And then like Jared Kushner's dad got pardoned. Yeah.
No, dude, he's a terrible guy.
That's
You
so
heard what
funny.
happened with Jared Kushner's dad, right? Have you heard that story?
Like all of the like back and forth lawsuits and buying. Yeah, it's
With his brother. Like,
yeah,
what
it's
he
the
did?
weirdest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, where he like set up a prostitute to blackmail his brother so that he would like what an absolute psycho.
I remember hearing that. My uncle told that's like a New York thing. Like there were these 2 pastors like that were coming up on like when like the TV pastors were getting big like in the 80s and or the 70s and the 80s. And they would play pranks on each other because they both knew that the other went and saw prostitutes. So they would hire prostitutes and say it's like a gift from so and
So
so.
by pranks, you mean like not pranks because pranks are like
Well, to them, because these guys are millionaires, they don't give a fuck.
I know, but that's not like a prank. Like a prank is like you're gonna put a whoopee cushion under somebody's
But
chair.
that's, you know what I mean? Like that's money that we'll never know. So like being able to buy your way out of jail is like what? Who gives a
good
fuck?
prank, bro.
You know what I mean?
Wheels had you.
So these guys would do this to each other, set each other up, and then call the cops on each other, so that they would get busted, and then they would have to go and do their apologies on TV. And just the description, it sounds so funny because you gotta imagine those like weird disco, somehow religious suits in like the pale blue fucking, and then just sweating. That was what my uncle would always
Yeah.
point out. It's like they would just sweat profusely when they would
Yeah.
have to. I've sinned.
Yeah.
I'm asking the congregation to forgive me. And then the next weekend they'd be doing a fucking money
Right,
drive. And
right. Oh man, dude, that
But that's what that reminded me of is like
I can't.
like having such an astronomical amount of money that like to them it's like having to go to the principal's office.
Right, right. That's what almost all those. I mean, like Kenneth Copeland and what's his name?
Pat Roberts.
What's that guy's name? What's this guy's name? Joel Osteen.
Ugh.
And then who's the guy that he was like the guy in the 80s that got caught? He was like one of the first ones to get caught. Him and his wife. I think his wife's name is Tammy.
Was that Pat Sajak?
No.
right?
No. Oh man.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Right. So second row, fifth picture over, and third picture over. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. What's their name? The Bakers.
Oh yeah.
Dude, those people. They created this, and the guys they're still killing it, which is
I hate
insane to
that.
me. Yeah, he created a coronavirus.
Oh
yeah, it came out recently. But he so they created this, what they called the Jesus Park or something. It was this faith-based amusement park that you could live at and buy a condo at or whatever.
What?
Yeah, and this is what got him caught in the 80s. And they it's hard to explain. So they sold all these condos and all these timeshares, and they sold them as these luxury suites and all this stuff, whatever. And then when people found the property, because this is pre-internet, somebody drove past the property and it was an old bunkhouse for a boys' summer camp. So there weren't even rooms, and they were just selling all, and they made millions, dude. Insane. In the shit, and then they're crying, and their defense, the lady just got up when they were publicly apologizing.
Yeah.
His wife just got up and started singing about Christ. Yeah, dude.
It drives me
Yeah.
so fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
I love that lady that fucking ambushed the pastor that was on those remixes from.
Kenneth Copeland.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the one with his.
I hear a sound of.
Yeah.
Abundance of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when that news reporter ambushed him, right after he got off of his private jet.
It's my turn.
I'm so happy.
Oh, that's funny. Did you drop your phone?
Sure.
Get out of here.
We need a button that just drops balloons and confetti.
You know,
Celebrate good
Or a
times.
lunk alarm like Planet Fitness.
it's actually not that hard to do.
Chris, it's impossibly hard.
No. I've seen
Chris,
people.
you can't even keep the damn room clean.
Okay, but I did put the room together.
We also would. No, you didn't. Your wife put the room together.
How dare you? I did all this. What are you talking? Kim painted. Is that what you mean?
And she made the soundproofer thing.
No, I made those.
Didn't she put the?
No, we did that
Fab.
together because
And
you
also-
need two people.
I kind of made them too.
Yeah, you helped make the. Oh yeah. Yes.
Yes.
So I mean, but then I had to hang them all. I had to mount the lights, mount the cameras. I had to get all the wiring figured out.
She said something about how much work she did about this, and it really stuck in your craw. And now when I brought it up, then you're like, "Hey,
No.
I've already had this argument with her."
She came in. Was it? Must have been Monday.
Oh, I thought you.
Oh, I came home from work Monday and I saw that there was just a random path that was cleared in here, but everything was the same. And I was like, "Did you?" He goes, "Yeah, I tried cleaning, but I couldn't do it. It's too stressful. There's so many cords."
That's funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's sad, but
It was very funny because it's not hard for me, because I know what all of these cords are.
Yeah.
So I know what to move
Right.
around, and
makes sense.
you know what I mean. Plus, it just has so much money.
What? I literally didn't. All I heard was so much money. That's
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I just
You have so much money.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, proud of you.
I don't foot fight with poor people.
These are nice shoes. They were $67.
Do you ironically wear Crocs or not?
I have America Crocs.
Oh, you do. I
Kate-
love those.
Yeah, Caitlin and I both have America Crocs.
Did you write any brought to you guys this week?
No.
Neither did I.
Neither did I, but I did have one. While I was napping, had an idea.
Oh, those are the best
Oh,
ideas.
dude, I forgot to tell this story. Yesterday, I heard Kim yesterday morning. I heard Kim like waking up and like being like, "Hey, you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." But that's really all I remember. I don't know why she asked that. And then when she came home, she was like, "Do you remember what happened?" I was like, "No." And she goes, "You were rapping in your sleep." I was just telling, do you want to tell the story?
So I woke up to Chris very vividly and loudly rapping. I don't know what he was saying, but every end of the words rhymed. And then he just chuckled and then fell back asleep.
Chris was in a rap battle.
You hear that?
That's pretty adorable.
Coherently.
Yeah. And I went to grab my phone, but he had already chuckled and it was done.
Wow.
I was like Jay-Z, man.
You didn't rhyme any words with Trigga, did you?
Definitely.
Oh, nice.
But it was like very thought out. Like, I'm like, has he been practicing that rap in his office and then dreamt that he was telling somebody it? It
Wow.
wasn't the one that you were telling me about. That one that you had.
MC
Oh.
Topher, dude. Hell yeah. That's pretty lit.
And then he always does that. Like, he laughs a lot in his sleep, but this is like a. Yeah, I know.
Oh, it was like a cocky laugh. Oh, wow.
Because people forget that I know how to.
You were big dicking in your dream.
I know how to rap.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. That's something else.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I want to hear more about it.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, cool. No doubt.
What's a song that like you have like is like a surprise when they hear me start to rap along? Sorry, I went Asian for a second. When they hear me rap along to this song, they're gonna be blown away.
I mean, there's a lot of them, I guess, but Come On by Biggie Smalls and Sadat X. I can rap Biggie's second verse like almost at the perfect cadence. I sound so cool. Number one spot by Ludacris was like the first rap song I ever learned by heart. I don't know. All of the Chronic 2001.
Yeah. God, it's
Like-
like a fucking good album.
Like, I don't know, man. It's just so good.
I love doing that. But people like, because most people think that I just listen to screamo music, which, yeah, a lot of it. But I've also been listening to a lot of Justin Bieber. Cause your boy is depressed. So, okay, so this is what
Is
happened.
that getting better?
So, no. So we watch, I'm watching Kenny Beats. And I see that Benny Blanco was on one of his live streams,
Yes.
judging beats. And it's super funny. Benny Blanco makes fun of Kenny the whole fucking time.
Cool.
It's great. And he's like, is this all just going to be a bunch of boom bappy shit? God, Kenny, you're so basic. And like just fucking ripping into him. So Maddie Matheson, they have a show called Benny and Maddie Eat Out America. And it is so goddamn good. So I'm watching that and I'm like crying laughing. It's funny as shit. They have the yodeler, Walmart yodeler kid. They have him on.
Really?
Oh, the ending, I mean, just they do such a good job. It's so fucking funny. They're they're at Diplo's house and they're doing that thing where like, okay, Matty, since he's a chef, he'll make us a bomb breakfast out of whatever you've got in the fridge. And Diplo's like, I live here like 2 weeks out of the year, so I have no idea what's in here. So he opens it up and Benny's in the freezer. And he's like, what are all these bags? And Diplo's like, mostly drugs. It's like, all of these? And it's just all drugs. And he's like, yeah, those are gummy acid, that's something LSD, blah, 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 like just saying all these things. And Maddie grabs a pen. He goes, is this an EpiPen? And Dipple's like, yeah. No. What is that? And he grabs it and opens it up. He just looks out into his team and he's like, what is this? And then his, I don't know if it's his manager or his producer, super Italian. That's a HGH. And Diplo's like, oh yeah, don't fucking play with that. And Manny's like, if I
Wait, GHB or HGH?
HGH.
He's got human growth hormone.
Human growth hormone in his freezer. So fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like just shit like that every episode. On the side, like with the, recommended stuff, I see Benny Blanco and Justin Bieber, some single. And I click on it because I like Benny Blanco. He's good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's this song, Lonely. I don't listen to the radio anymore, so I had
Okay.
not heard this.
Okay.
So I listened to it and I'm just like, wow. Have you heard it? It's so heavy. We'll cut this part out, but just to get you into where I'm at and why.
Because I love me some Bieber. I mean, the guy's a talent. He really is.
Or actually, we won't have to cut it out because no one will be able to hear the audio anyways. Because I am a ding dong and forgot to arm that channel. Yeah, that one.
Oh. My heart.
I know. I multiple times cried. So like, because it works on a lot of levels. Obviously, his life is a fucking nightmare,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so like, immediately people shit on him.
Yeah.
Like at first, because he was a nobody, but got noticed like randomly. People are like, holy shit, good for look at this kid. He's so talented. That's so cool. And then the second that he actually gets on, people are like, whoa, gross. It's like, that's exactly what you guys were championing him for. And
That's what you wanted.
it's what you wanted. And then when he released that song with Ludacris, became the most hated video in YouTube history.
Yeah.
Like,
Most downvotes ever.
and all before he was 18. Like, that's crazy. The amount of, I can't imagine.
The persistence, though, is admirable.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, so like to go back to like, it made me think of when I watched that, I was like, wow, the roast of Justin Bieber. Remember when Hannibal's like, I get what you're trying to do. He's like, I hope it doesn't work. It made, so everyone thought Bieber was a douche, including myself. And Hannibal's line was like, I know this is supposed to be a roast and these are all supposed to be jokes, but like, I'm genuinely unhappy for you, and I get why you're doing this thing, but I hope it doesn't work out for you. And like that's his thing. He was, I think, 19 or 20 at the time.
Yeah.
Like super young. And really what he was trying to do was anything for people to accept him again. Because it was like wildly unfair to like have this crazy like hypersexualized kid, but don't act like you're a sexual being at all, because that's gross, yucky.
Yeah.
But all of these thousands and thousands of people are allowed to say the gnarliest shit they want to you, and then all of the drugs you have ever wanted will be thrust upon you at any given time. Like, it's nuts. So it
Yeah.
made me like reevaluate, like, there's no way he could be normal. Look at Michael Jackson. That dude was out of his fucking mind. And it's
Yeah.
because he was robbed of his childhood.
Named his baby blanket.
Named his baby blanket. So yeah, there's people like that throughout.
Well, he seems to be pretty down to earth now. The big
Yeah.
piece.
He did I just started watching a documentary where, like he normally has a film crew, like for when he's about to go on tour and stuff like that, do behind the scenes stuff. And even though he's not going on tour, he was like, fuck it. You guys just come, we'll hang out. I want you guys to be able to work. So like part of it was him like wanting to show people what he's been up to. The other part was like, he just wanted to bring the crew back, which is super cool because, it comes out of his own pocket, man. It's
Right.
fucking nuts.
Right.
But yeah, I just started watching that, and it seems like at the end of the day, like he just wants to be normal enough to be like to have like a normal life. So like superstar enough to be able to keep making art, but normal enough so that when he's off stage, he's normal. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
like
just a guy.
just a guy. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He's doing his best, but like trying to balance that,
It's tough.
it's got to be fucking wild.
It's lonely. Wow,
Yeah. So I was
savvy.
watching that, and Benny is a full fucking producer.
Yeah.
And he just played piano for it. That's it. An old piano, in fact. Like I saw
Wow. The making of.
yeah, and it's like, God. Two of the like most like
Prolific.
well, and like known for
Gay.
overproducing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get where you're going with this.
So like, because Benny's like an EDM guy,
and they just go full blown like
stripped down.
simplistic,
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Well, because they do the that there's that whole scene in Dave.
I still haven't finished that fucking season. Got to do it.
You really should. It's very good.
I know they're
I-
wrapping up filming for season 2.
Yeah, I cried really hard in one of the scenes of the show.
Is Bieber on the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a whole Benny Blanco, and then they like go to Bieber's house for a party, and
Oh, that's funny.
Els like loses his mind at the party because he's like he hates all the people that are there because none of them will give him a shot, you know, because he's like he's the DJ
Oh.
and the producer for Lil Dicky, you know.
Yeah.
And there's this whole like Els gets hammered and high, and he's like yelling at everybody, and Benny Blanco's like, "What are you doing, man? Like you're being weird." And then he like goes and sits on, and Dave like goes and sits on this couch, like outside, and he's just like chatting around the pool, and then like Khloe Kardashian's there, or Kourtney Kardashian is there, and he just starts like chatting it up with Kourtney Kardashian, and is like making everybody laugh, and they're like, "You're really cute," and he's like, "I have 2 holes in my penis." Yeah, it's a good show, but yeah, that final scene of season 1 is,
I think I've seen it where he's at the Breakfast Club.
yeah, it's one of the best closing scenes to a season I think I've ever seen.
Who
Just-
are you?
Yeah, well, he's
That's
like,
cool as fuck.
Yeah, cool. He like addresses all of the controversy that came to him for being a white rapper in real life in one scene of a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like people were saying like at first they're like you're culturally appropriating a lot, and then they were like now you're mocking it, and like you're still huge, and you're getting like some of the biggest rappers of all time on your songs, and it's like a little bit, you know, not okay. And then they have like Charlemagne says like, "Don't you think that's cultural appropriation? Like what you're doing?" And he's like, "I don't even. I mean, I'm too dumb to even notice that. Honestly, the fact that you just brought I guess if that's what I'm doing, I'm sorry, but I'm just being me." And then they're like, "Who's this guy you brought with you?" And he's like, "Oh, that's my hype man." And he's like, "Oh, you have a black hype man." And then Gata, you know, who's his hype man in
Yeah.
the show, and his hype man in real life, I think,
Yep.
is Gata's like it's not like that. Like, I love this man, like all this stuff. Like, I've slept in his parents' house. Like, I like care about him like a lot. Like, we're friends. Like, he got me out of the darkest part of my entire life. Like, I would die for this man or whatever about Lil Dicky. And Charlemagne's like, wow. And then Lil Dicky like looks at him and he's like, "Will you give me a kiss?" And Gata's like, "You crazy for this one?" And then like leans down and kisses him. And then you know, so everyone's like, "Wow, cool." And then he's like, I heard you brought a song for us." And there's like this song he does at the beginning of the episode that is like so fucked. Like he like shows it to the record label, and they're all like, "No." But it's basically about him like getting raped in prison. And there's like this whole part about him like putting the dude's cock in his mouth. It's like horrifying. Dude, it's like, yeah, he's like trying to come across as like hard. And like, there's this whole like the
Oh.
guy like makes me put his dick in my mouth, and then I bite his dick off. And it's like all the, but it's like Lil Dicky, so it's like actually rapped well, you know.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, like Cheeto's sitting there, you know, with him, and he's like, no, you know. And then they go to the Breakfast Club, and Cheeto's like outside, and they've all been saying like, please do not do that song. Like, we are not ready for that. And so Dave like told him like, I have this song, whatever. And Charlamagne's like, you got a song? I heard you got a song. And Dave's like, he like looks out, and Cheeto's like looking through the glass, and he's like, don't do it, please. And then so Dickie's like, yeah, you know, I brought a song, but I don't think it's ready yet, so I think I'm just gonna freestyle. And Charlamagne's like, you're gonna freestyle in front of 6 million people live on the air at the Breakfast Club. He's like, yeah. He's like, you're an idiot. Like, okay, I guess get a beat going. And then Lil Dicky just kills it. Like, and obviously it's a show, but like, he is a good freestyle in real life.
Oh yeah.
you know?
Did you see his? Was it XL Mag?
Yeah.
Where they had fucking.
Wasn't Trinidad James in that one?
I know Lil Yachty.
Oh, then no, it was not that class then.
'Cause
He
it
was
was-
in with Yachty.
Who's the one that does Panda?
Oh
Panda,
yeah,
Panda,
that's
Panda.
that's
Is it
a
Future?
designer.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Future's the guy who turn on the lights.
So so those two go. You can see Lil Dicky in the background, like, I'm gonna
Yikes.
bury these guys.
Yeah. That's why they had him go last.
And so he goes last. He's like, "Yo, can you do that?" Yeah.
yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
And just, oh,
Yeah. Well,
and like all of the comments are like, "Those guys just died."
yeah.
Lil Dicky destroyed them all.
Well, his sway or his on Shade 45, he like goes on, or Sway 45, I think. But anyway,
You know what I found out
what?
about Sway? Not real freestyles.
Well, no, freestyles are different than like off the top of the dome. Like if you just are coming up with it, that's different than freestyling. Freestyling itself is like, it can be off the top of the dome, but a lot of rappers use like lines and snippets or whatever to piece together a verse on a new beat that they've never rapped
Oh,
over
but
top
these
of
guys
before.
will bring like the whole fucking thing because they don't want to
sound like idiots.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's still a freestyle. They're over top of a beat that they aren't prepared for. And
But
whatever.
Lil Dicky can do it.
Yeah, so Lil Dicky does it. Have you seen his? Have you seen that one?
Which one? The Sway one?
Sway.
I can't remember. if I've seen it or
Dude,
not.
it is insane. Can we just watch it, please? Lil Dicky Sway freestyle.
Do you know we got flagged for copyright because of that fucking Parsec for the Course song?
You kidding?
Those guys somehow were able to fucking copyright that song, even though they're blatantly
Right.
using a copywritten
Right.
fucking track. Those pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
This is
That's a bag.
is just also
That's a cat.
It's good bass.
also Kel Williams is here.
I know you
for
got
this.
a new TV show that's coming out about
Yeah.
your life loosely.
Irrelevant.
Okay, I know that you had over 32, 33 of the biggest stars.
See?
in your video.
Kel's there.
I know that Leonardo DiCaprio, you went by his house and hung out with him and used his bathroom.
It's cool.
Okay, but none of that matters when you come to Sway in the morning. You must
Have
have
bars.
Welcome to the Valley of the Hyenas. Shade 4 or 5. Lil Dicky. It's your turn to rock. Wonder. Drop a beat on him. Sway in the morning. Shade
Turn
4
the
or
beat
5.
up a little, turn the
Turn
beat
that beat up in your headphones. Get that
I
headphones.
love his little like
Turn
super white
that
guy
up, Q.
bounce.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna get serious. There we go. Right.
Lil old dick and I'm back in this bitch. I know y'all know when I rap what it is. All facts don't fib. Got a gang full of hits. In touch with the kids like a pedo. I'm a jam like Shaq. I'm a bang when I wish. Up in this bitch like a fetus. Ain't no timelines when you timeless. Hold up, MJ 96. Meaning I'm back on my bullshit. You know I come hard like a full dick. Suburban and white. Burn like some Cool Whip though. Look how it spread, Cool Whip flow. I can make him right with an IG live. And my girl got bombs on her by jihad. And between her legs is looking right, hypotenuse. Bring it all down. Hold up, Sway, let me bring it all down. Been out here, citizenship. Look at how I got everybody tuned in right now. They would probably watch this for an hour. Tracy, I brought you flowers.
Literally ring. Like,
Accident. Gas out the ass like flatulence. I was slept on like mattresses. I got my head right aspirin. I'm cashing in. I'm not about to hold a paper and display it like a thumbtack. No touchback, they about to run us back. And if you ever met me, you root for me, sharp shit. Coming, I'm a dome, I'm a unicorn. Part of my breath. Only Perky said I fuck with his breast. Elevator kissing hoes at the Ritz. Freaky Friday, I get in, I'm like Chris. Wait, sway, pass me the rock. Get it, post, jab, up fake. Pump, jumping at him, 2 shots at the line. I got him like a mime. Odell Beckham might cut on a dime. Glow in the dark, see me anytime. Used to put the Xbox controller on my dick and let it vibrate. How I jerked off as a child. Came a long way. Now I'm like, hey, girl, you, me, fuck, and the shit worked. Hey, her brother looking at me like, hey, fuck her, bro. Sway, her brother looking at me like, hey, fuck her, bro. I'm like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These hooks got me scoring. See me coming from afar. Rapping in France, I never need an advance. I'm switching it up like I'm trans. Although I'm a Trojan man, I'm eating the pussy like cervical cancer. I know where I'm going, but shit, if my GPS died, I sleep in my sedan. I can't do the schmurder dance. I get caught up looking awkward.
Does it work for you?
Sometimes I'll catch it for a minute. OJ with it, y'all wonder how I did it. My mom hit me once, she lugged and Sue, but I stomp y'all out like Ndamukong Suh. All the shoe brands wanted me to sign. I remember they thought I was Lonely Island. There will not be another like me. I could go viral if I put out a snippet. I'm sick like a coda, you really could get it. I'll always be playing just like I'm embedded. I got a leg up like Ottomans though, and my television show is coming, but that is irrelevant. Right now I'm rapping like Present Skit. How did I get here? I got big, rapping like Diddy, I'm prevalent. Hold up, let me find a melody. All my fans are getting mad at me. They just want to hear me spazzing now, but I just had to put a couple smashes out. How is this shit a pop star? Rap name is a dick joke. How did he make it that far? Good pussy at the crib like a house cat. The way my buzz like the Outback. In and out with the bag like I make tea. When I do shopping sprees, eyebrows long like AD. Girls get wet like Navy. Pull up like I'm Stephen Shoe Cream. Players in the NBA text me. If I want a Diet Coke, someone brings me Diet Coke. All my live shows nuts, like I expose testicles. Hold up, wait, let me ad-lib my shit. Oh yeah, look at my penmanship. I write this. I'm a Carl's Jr. model, for real. Just on the side like soccer moms. I could've sold you stocking bonds. Have it so fast like Ramadan, the Autobahn, the Shaman running down the bomb from Carson's arm. I'm off the farm, I'm on the court, the Jumbotron is on the boy. They playing my song, LeBron is nodding. Am I James Worthy? Look at my bars, I'm made up like Bernie. Oh, we having fun. Girls see me and start blushing just because I'm around. I used to always get a boner at my physical sway. If this is cultural appropriation, what can I say? What would you have me do? You know I gotta rap, but the times now are scary. Hold up, wait, take a step back, Dave. Think about the shit. Internet is a permanent place. This is gonna live forever. Breathe, analyze, think about everything. I'm such an idiot. I used to cover R. Kelly songs at my shows without even knowing it was problematic. I feel the pressure, under more scrutiny. What I do, act more Jewishly. Come on, Sway, write my eulogy. Am I looking like I need to get a job or looking like I need a bodyguard? I play tennis with Leonardo. How y'all train on track like cargo? I go dumb, don't dumb it up. Don't fuck on planes, but I'm coming up. Add up my views to sum it up. I was just on Sports Center, dun-dun-dun. I think this is good, I've done enough. My haters look mad like son of a. Now let me go and finish on my album, Jesse Smollett. You know I'ma fuck it up. And I'm out.
That's it.
And I'm
gone.
Ain't no that.
And I leave.
You gonna walk out?
And I'm
You
out.
gonna drop out and walk out?
Gone. And I gotta catch a flight. Thank you. all
Look
for
at those little Dicky, ladies and gentlemen. Oh!
Kel is losing it, by the way.
One done and out, Kel. You see how that man did that right there? That last line. He always does a line that gets
Yo, welcome to the Good Burger.
the one and only Lil Dicky, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't that insanely cool? God, he's awesome. Also, you should watch the Shia LaBeouf on Sway.
I've seen that one.
So cool. Shia LaBeouf on Sway.
Like Jesse Smollett, I'ma fuck it up.
yeah. Dude, he's got so many good lines in there. Like he does I got up like a mime.
I didn't even catch that he didn't
Yeah,
do
he
anything.
literally does a silence. I got up like a mime.
Hey,
and then
did
he
you
does,
just do a silence?
and he literally rhymes with silence. And then he does the Sports Center Dunana. Like, dude, I mean, so whether that's written or not, still takes talent to just like hear a beat and be like, oh, I'm going to do all these lines, all these bars that I've written independently, and I'm just going to piece them together and make,
Oh,
you
sure,
know what
sure,
I'm
sure,
saying?
sure.
Like, even if he's got a bunch of rhyming schemes built up in there. Like he still had to piece all that together and make a fucking 8-minute song out of it.
That's
5-minute
like
song.
Joe Christensen was telling me that comics who do a lot of crowd work, they're really just reworking a joke that they already
Right.
know they have
Right.
to suit the
Yeah,
next
you just
person.
set it up. It's like being a psychic.
Yeah.
Right.
But the so there's like it's never gonna be the exact same thing each time.
Right.
It'll be a little bit different.
Find your way there, though.
But yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah. Well, should we do Prem since we don't have any Bratias?
Yar. Oh, I forgot the whole fucking thing I was gonna do. After we went on that whole sleepscapade, the brought to you by that I did think of while I was napping. This was post bars, obviously.
Yes.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by overexposure to Sunkist soda. Ouch, my kidneys.
I knew a guy who needed to get dialysis because he had really, really bad type 1. And he needed dialysis like daily because his kidneys were failing. And all he drank was Monster Energies. Hey, guy, you are flipping the bird to the Grim Reaper. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he kept like putting up like GoFundMe's to like pay for this stuff. And I'm like, dude, you don't need them.
Hey,
if you
guys.
stop drinking 80 ounces of fucking
Here's the other one
Monster.
that I've been forgetting for weeks to put in. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Palpatine's Poutine Recipes.
That's Palpatine's Poutine Recipes?
That's right. He's Canadian.
Oh, okay. All right. Thought it was going to be something about like, did I ever tell you the story? Did you ever hear the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Okay.
You got one, or do you want me to do
Oh,
one?
I thought I had one, but I don't see it here. I must have forgot to write it down. So,
All right, I'm going to do mine then. This is kind of like a, I got to say this to the audience sort of thing, but this is an old joke that I want to rework. You're not weird. You ever touch your hard to reach places and then pull your hand out of your pants and sniff it and then think, glad no one saw that because that was weird? Because it's not that weird. Everyone does it. It's actually a response that we've built up over time through evolution. Because if your hard to reach places smell really bad, that might mean infection. So it's not actually you wanting to smell how bad your Fermunda cheese is. It's just you making sure the Fermunda cheese hasn't spoiled. You know what I mean? But like, there are a lot of things like that where people do these things individually and then they're like, God, I'm so weird that I do that. And now I'm going to sound like a hypocrite, but like, I feel like I actually do things that are weird and only I do it, you know? Like, I don't know anyone else that falls asleep to feature-length 9/11 conspiracy documentaries when they go to bed. But, like, you know, there's no alarm clock, like, or not alarm clock, you know what I mean? That's kind of but that's kind of the bit, is basically just being like, this was true. I literally had to watch the same documentary every night to go to sleep.
I was going to say, I feel like
it's so boring.
That's right.
And it was like this guy who had a radio show that clearly lost his radio show because he was like, Tower 7 was. And then they were like, well, you got to get off the air. And then so he like funded this 9/11 documentary and he just had the most soothing voice. But it was so weird because I'm sitting there like, it's like people that watch Bob Ross to go to sleep. Like, duh, makes sense. He even says it in his painting videos. Like, if you just want to take a nap right now, go for it. I'm Bob Ross. I know who I am. I know what I am.
That's fine.
Like, this guy made this documentary to be captivating and to get people to start questioning the things that they've been taught. And I used it because it was just, no matter what he was talking about, it was soothing. But then you realize, like, as you're falling asleep and he's like talking about how the security cameras were taken away from the gas station at the Pentagon because they're pretty sure it was a missile, and then they just dumped 30 tons of dirt on the Pentagon lawn to cover up all the And you're like, oh, this is not soothing at all. This was not intended to be, Mother Goose. This is
Yeah, I think
this is a
I feel like
Does
I remember
that
you.
loose change?
no. The documentary?
Yeah.
No. It's
okay.
called fuck, what is it called?
Tits
It's like-
up.
No, it's like a nice. It's called like something flight. I don't know. It's not like Flight 93 or whatever, but it's about it's a planes thing. I don't know. But it's
You know what would be funny? Is if you could figure out what episode number, like Good Morning America, like when people do like if you play Avengers at 9:30 on New Year's Eve,
yeah.
then Thanos snaps his fingers, whatever the fuck. You did. Good Morning America.
I see right through you. I see right through you. When they go breaking news. Happy New Year!
Or
The buildings are dropping.
whenever the first building drops,
Yeah.
have that synced up with when the ball drops.
Yeah, and then Celebrate starts playing. Oh, that's tough.
Who was
huh?
it that said they saw people celebrating in New Jersey?
The president.
Oh, was it
Former
Donald?
president, what is he called? Copper or something.
That dude is on the
Coppertone.
run.
President Coppertone.
I like that. President Coppertone. But yeah, people thousands of people celebrating in New Jersey. What? Jersey gets the news a week late anyways.
Yeah, dude, they're too busy making weird hot dogs over there.
They're too busy trying to figure out what New York did last week.
Yeah. Or they're just angry about it.
Yeah. Jerseynites are
Like, dude, they named their sports team.
the Devils, right?
Yeah. After the New Jersey Devil. Do you know what the New Jersey Devil is?
Donald Trump?
No, it's
What's the New
It's
Jersey
like-
Devil?
it's like a mythical creature that is
A
a
cryptid?
real it's like a real New Jersey thing.
What?
It's fake, obviously, but it's like their Bigfoot. It's like New Jersey's Bigfoot.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So just look up the actual New Jersey Devil and then do like
Yeah,
lore.
I thought I did.
What
There it
is that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Jersey Devil.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
It's like
Wow.
Dude.
That No, go back to the first one.
It's like it's supposedly like a winged stag.
Alex, that's you.
It looks like this is meant
It's
to
an
sell
alpaca key.
cigarettes to kids.
Yeah.
His face. It's so cute.
Joe Devil.
It looks like the only mischief it gets up to is like getting people to bend down, and he goes, "Can you pick that up for me? Because And then when they go to pick it down, he gives them a wedgie. Or when they go to pick it up,
Yeah.
he
and
just
he uses that
zonk.
weird forked tail of his to do it.
You know,
Look how long these back legs are compared to
that's
Yeah,
so
I mean-
funny.
his ass just sticks up.
Yeah, so that's what their sports team is named.
They
after.
accurately drew that because goats don't have top teeth, which makes that monster all the funnier.
Yeah.
A monster that only has bottom teeth.
Well, and let's be clear, like the people who created this lore also made Chris Christie their governor. So, it's like there's not a lot of intelligent things happening over there.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah. The most famous thing
Don't
in
get
New
me
Jersey
wrong.
is 5 fake Italian people that smell bad.
If I saw that thing in real life, I would freak out.
Yeah, but
No
it's not
question,
real
but-
because
It's still just absolutely hilarious.
so that's the
In
Jersey Devil.
every picture, tiny arms.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been 100 years. Do we want to give it longer arms? No.
No.
Keep the tiny arms.
Yeah.
A creature so nefarious that it makes you come to him.
That's good.
Come here. I'm gonna
I
touch
know
you.
I'm poor, but
I'm gonna touch you.
all right. You got a prem, baby?
So you know how they say like if a tree falls in the woods, does anybody hear it?
Yeah. That's a gross oversimplification, but yeah.
Is that how it goes? How's the saying?
If a tree falls and no one, or if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, does it make a sound?
Yeah, so I just omitted some stuff.
Yeah, you changed a few things. That's all right, dude. Don't worry about it.
So all trees, if they fall in the woods, no sound.
yeah. And you said, does somebody hear it? Like, meaning like somebody's there.
I don't
It's
know.
okay. I digress.
But okay, so if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, does it make a sound?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
The updated version, I feel like for now times would be, if you walk a mile and you weren't wearing your Fitbit, did you even walk at all?
Pixar didn't happen.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I
Yeah.
like it. You can play around with it a lot too.
Yeah.
You could use like other examples that like the Fitbit thing is good, but like you could use the like in different circles, like there's different sayings that fit great, you know, like in the workout community it's the Fitbit thing. In the frat community it's, you know, if you had sex with a girl in Florida at summer camp and then had to move home to New Jersey, did you really have sex with a girl in Florida? You know, like
Yeah. If you put on protection before sex but you weren't wearing a condom, is it even sex at all?
have you seen the meme that it's like, you know, I was practicing social distancing even when I was like, or like I was practicing like quarantine etiquette or something. Even when I was hooking up with this girl last week, I wore protection, but I still got herpes. So like he wore his mask while he was. still
Oh,
got the
I see.
herpes.
I see.
Dude, I started following this subreddit that I think both of you would get a kick out of. It's called Suddenly Gay. And it's amazing. It is a top 3 subreddit for me. It is so fucking funny.
Is it all scored to the wonderful song by, oh shit, what's her name? Making my way downtown.
I don't know. But like
I
like
could-
this one. This guy posted man, titties are life. But he forgot the comma after man, so it reads man titties are life. And then one guy comments and says 1 comma. Just 1 comma changed your sexuality. And then there was one let's see. I should be able to find it still. Yeah. This guy goes, "Get owned." They're playing video games. Another guy goes, "Wow, that was so gay. You're gay." And then the guy who says "get owned" goes, "You're gay." And then the next panel is just them start making out. Dude, it's so funny. Like, it's just a bunch of
That's
those.
cute as fuck, actually.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a bunch of those. Like, I don't know. It's
Okay,
very funny.
who is it? What's her name?
Vanessa Carlton.
Oh, Vanessa Carlton. I was going to say Vanessa Hutchinson. I was like,
I was
that's
never
not-
gonna say this name.
I was on Facebook and I forget what I posted. Maybe it was me in those booty shorts from California. And one of my ghetto friends from back in the day was like, "You're so gay." But he said, you're like, it's yours. It's your gay. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And so I commented below the proper,
Yeah.
right? Proper you are,
Right.
and the asterisk. And then he comments, sorry, man, I know that's not PC, but you know when I call you gay, it's like gay meaning stupid. And I don't actually think you're gay. And he did it again.
Okay.
And I did it again.
Yeah.
And he just kept like he didn't get it. I kept my comment was just that. It would just be
Yeah.
the correction.
Right.
And he would go, "Whatever, man, fuck this. If you're gonna be like that," it's like, how dumb do you have to be?
You are a special kind of stupid. This is incredible. They should study you.
It was unreal. It's like, yeah. So, anyways,
That's really funny. All right, same time next week.
dude, absolutely. Okay.
Oh, damn it.